All right, welcome inside the Media Center here at the JM Eagle LA Championship presented by Plus Pro. We are here with our latest winner and our latest major champion, Lilia, who took the plunge into the lake there in Houston last week. We're 2 days on now. Does it feel real yet?
It's starting to feel real now, but waking up on Monday, it just didn't feel real. I felt like I was dreaming. I think because I had a pretty tough weekend and I didn't really feel like I was in the tournament until basically 17, 18 happened, and then I was back in it again. And so, yeah, I just couldn't believe it, to be honest.
Jeff, I think you're muted. We'll just keep on going. I mean, that was a heck of a way to finish your round, or finish your week there. You did something similar in Thailand. You finished and then had to wait for kind of everybody to finish. What was going through your head as you were watching those last few holes of golf being played by your competitors?
I think I was just waiting for them to finish either. I mean, I did what I could at that point, right? I did my best and I finished strong. And then it was just a waiting game from there. And then I think by the time Angel hit her shot on 17, it was time to go get warmed up because it was getting pretty cold. And so that's what we did, and it turned out that way.
You showed a lot of emotion on that 18th green. I know had some history, grandfather, obviously. We've talked about that in the past, you and I.
Yeah.
I mean, what was going through your head during that moment? I know this is something, especially that event is an event every little girl dreams of winning when they grow up playing golf. But what was going through your mind?
Just about everything. I thought about him a lot during the final round because I was getting so frustrated. The course was playing so tough. It was long. It was cold. Pins were difficult. And I just felt like I wasn't converting. And I felt like I needed to because it was the final day and it's like the last chance to really do it. And I didn't really pay attention to the scoreboard, but I kind of knew. I heard roars, so I thought people were going really low. So I was pretty frustrated going through the back nine and trying to save par on a couple holes. But those ended up being like the best pars ever because I really needed those in the end. And then I didn't really hold my composure, and I think at one point, it was like 16, I hit 40 feet left of the hole, and I was telling my caddy Cole, I was like, I'm not trying to hit it 40 feet away from the hole. I'm tired of making pars. Like, it's time to make birdies. We're running out of holes. And he's like, well, it's playing difficult. And then he was just like, then I just kept on going. He's like, are you done yet? By the time we get to the green, you can't have that attitude. And then we just went from there.
Love that. Jeff, are you good? Give us just a second. Okay, cool. Are we sure we're not? We sure good? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Just a little technical difficulty. Let's just fast forward. I know, obviously, such a great moment for you. You're playing a lot of golf these next 3 weeks. Obviously, had that win at Chevron. You're here this week as a UCLA alum. What's it like to be back here at Wilshire? And just how excited are you? Saw the golf course earlier today?
Yeah, it's very nostalgic. I was telling Cole, I was like, oh, every Wednesday at 6:30, we'd be here in the morning. And it's just very nostalgic to be in the area. It feels like home. So it's kind of nice to come back after Chevron and be here somewhere that I know that family and friends are going to come out this weekend too. So yeah, it should be a fun week.
What is it about this golf course that you like so much? Obviously knowing all the bounces, all the lies, all the breaks, but what is it? I mean, is it just nostalgia or do you just like it the way it suits your game?
It's nostalgia, and there's really no golf course quite like Wilshire. I don't think you can really compare it to anything, in my opinion, because they're just so different from the typical surrounding LA courses around here. It's not easy. And putting's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be difficult for everybody. And it's just another target golf course. Like, you want to drive it well off the tee. You want to keep it below the pin. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty difficult and fun, though.
Do we have any questions in the room? We have a question? Okay. Do we have any questions on the Zoom, if possible? Anyone on the Zoom would like to? Kent, it looks like you have your hand raised. If you would like, you can unmute your mic.
Apologies if this was asked earlier, Lilia, but what did you do, following the tournament and the 2 days since to arriving here?
Well, I missed my 8 o'clock flight on Sunday. I mean, there was obviously a delay from the thunder and lightning, and then I finished pretty well, so I had to wait around, and then playoff happened. Honestly, I thought if I was going to miss my flight, I was wanting to go to the Taylor Swift concert that night. And then, yeah, I ended up winning, so that was better than going to a Taylor Swift concert, I guess.
Did you and your family do anything to celebrate?
No, I mean, we landed yesterday at 3 o'clock and 3 p.m. LAX, went straight to our favorite restaurant, and then just got home and just packed again for another 3-week stretch.
What's your favorite restaurant?
It's my dad's friend's restaurant. It's in Westminster. It's called Tan Mi Restaurant. Yeah, it's just really good Vietnamese food. Comfort food for sure.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions on the Zoom? If you do, if you can indicate in the chat, that would be great. But we'll keep it going. I mean, that's a heck of an endorsement for your your dad's friend's restaurant. But to be able to come home after a week like last week, how nice is that for you to kind of reset? Like you said, a lot of golf to be played. You're playing here, playing at the International Crown next week, and then at Founders, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was really nice to be home for basically just one day, not even a day, because I drove up this morning. But yeah, it's very comforting. I love home, and then I just love California. So it's nice that we're playing here this week in LA, not too far from home. So family and friends are going to be coming out. So that will also help me. And then San Francisco after, which was nice too. And then off to New Jersey.
Yeah. Playing an International Crown or the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown next week. First team event as a professional.
Yeah.
I know obviously have eyes on the Solheim Cup, but how excited are you just to represent the USA as a pro?
I'm so excited. I know it's going to be cold, but fun for everybody too. It's my first time playing in a tournament like that, so I'm looking forward to it. Course is difficult. I've played there before for NCAA regionals, so I'm excited to go back there and kind of make up for what I did last time.
Chatting about confidence. I mean, they say the proverbial floodgates open, right? When you get the first one, the second one follows pretty quickly. But you've won 2 LPGA Tour events in like about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. What after Thailand? I know you said you didn't feel like you changed a lot, but I saw something different in you, or we saw, I guess fans saw something different in you at Chevron. What did that first win do for you that maybe helped you to that win on Sunday?
I think it showed that you can just try your best and whatever happens, happens. There was really nothing to lose. Like in the position that I am coming from behind, my goal was just to shoot as low as possible. And then that was my only goal. If I ended up winning, then great. If not, then at least I tried, right? That was my only goal. There's nothing to achieve. It was something easy to achieve. And then, so I think by keeping the goal really small, it really helps me focus on that instead of just worry about winning. Because I caught myself again on Sunday getting frustrated because I was like, how am I going to win if I'm not hitting it close? Mm-hmm. And then I hit a point where it's like, don't think about how, just go and do it. And then I happened to do it.
I mean, you always talk about having fun on the golf course. When you're in that kind of attack mode, or you're in that I need to go low mode, what goes through your mind? I can kind of, you almost look like you like go, maybe not go blank, but you get so in the zone that you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's zoning in or zoning out, but I don't remember much. But I just see the pin, and I know Cole and I talked about this last week where like he would say like, oh, hit left center of the green. It's fine if you go that way. Don't hit at the pin. Or like, he doesn't say don't hit at the pin, but go left side of the green. Mm-hmm. And then I'll hit, and it's directly dead on the pin. And I'm like, oops. And then they'd be like, oh, so take me through your eagle shot. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't aiming at the pin. I was aiming at the left side, and then it happened to turn out good. Yeah.
Do we have any, Jeff, you want to step over here to the mics? Sorry. Thank you, just for transcript purposes.
Hi, apologies if this was asked, I'm a little late. Your memories of Wilshire and playing here in school, how much did you get to play here? What was it like, and how were you treated here?
It's amazing here. It's super fun. I said this before, it's different from all the neighboring golf courses around here. I feel like it can play really difficult if the wind gets up. It's already difficult on its own. I think around the greens is difficult, and the putting greens are difficult. So I think it should be a good test for everybody out here. Yeah, I remember qualifying, and we would do one round at Wilshire, one round at Brentwood, Bel Air, like you name it, like our whole cycle. But I remember this being the most difficult for me. Yeah.
And just one other thing, following up on Sunday, I was reading how you were noting that you were just irritated. Since I know it hasn't been long,
Yeah.
but in your reflecting on it, did you ever sort of decipher what it was that had you on sort of edgy like that? Was it just
I
the
think
major championship?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think I was getting irritated because I was running out of holes. That's what that feeling was like. Okay, well, I hear roars here and there behind me. I'm like 5th to last group. I'm not really in contention at the beginning, but I just felt like I was losing holes. And I was getting really annoyed and irritated really fast because on the back nine, I think I made pars until 17, 18. And I just felt like I was running out of holes. And I knew 18, if they moved it up, it's an automatic birdie, like almost automatic birdie hole because it's pretty reachable. And I think that was just me getting in my own way. I say this all the time. I think I'm my own enemy. Like, it's really nothing else. Like, I just get in the way of things. And that's happened last year, at the end of last year, when I was basically trying to get my first win. I was putting so much pressure on myself that I wasn't able to win. But once I changed and I'm able to, thank God I'm able to switch it before we even finish the round. But if I just change it to just focusing on myself and not worrying about how to win and just doing it, then it kind of solves itself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, as we look to wrap it up here, just as California native, obviously have your LA ties. This is technically the first year. I know this isn't the first year we played at Wilshire, but the first year of the JM Eagle LA Championship presented by Plas Pro. Purse is up, which is always nice
Yeah.
to see. How cool is it for you to A, play somewhere that you've played so much before, but B, see this championship try to elevate itself out here at Wilshire?
Yeah, it's really cool. I feel like a very comforted feeling out here, and being out here and seeing the purse go up and seeing women's golf grow is really great. And it's just great for everybody on LPGA. And I think it's so wonderful that they upped the purse money this year.
Perfect. Lilia, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So we'll have you